The nationally syndicated, locally produced radio show, Live Wire Radio, is gearing up for its spring season. The host of the show, Luke Burbank, is here with a preview. Good morning.
Hi, Lacey. First of all, why would you intro me with the most adorable elephant maybe on the face of the earth? I feel like there is nowhere to go but down.
It's true for all of us.
In the
all
cuteness
of us in the
department.
rest of the show.
Yeah. We put that at the end of the show maybe next time. Okay. Hi.
Hi. Welcome back.
Thank
I have
you.
to say, it's been a while since you've been here. But last time you were here, do you remember this? You brought this giant jug of water. You were on a mission to drink a lot of water.
I was doing 75 hard.
Okay. Well, so it's January, so did you make any resolutions for this year?
Not to drink as much water because like the amount of time I was spending in the bathroom and trips to the bathroom because of all of that, it turned out that was the part I hadn't thought through. So, but yes, thank you for, I do tend to love to launch into these very extreme diet, exercise, water consumption things that rarely work out, but I am undaunted.
Small steps.
Yeah,
Small steps.
that's right.
Okay, tell us about the show for people who haven't listened or haven't been to a taping.
Livewire is, the way that I describe it is sort of like, you remember like The Tonight Show, but on the radio. So if you come out to the Alberta Rose Theater to see what we're doing, we've got, there's a house band, we've got this great announcer, Elena Passarello, there's a live crowd, and then we bring on these guests, writers and musicians and comedians and actors. And it's just a really, really fun night to get to sort of find out about some guests maybe that you're not familiar with, but then we also have a lot of people on who are well-known names. And then we take that recording and then it becomes a public radio variety show, which goes out to radio stations all over America.
I know, that's so cool. People might not realize the local connection to it when they hear it on the radio on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah.
Before the season starts, you have this annual gala coming up.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
It's called Fancy Pants. It's a fundraiser for our show, but it's really actually very fun to go to. We've all been maybe dragged to something that's a fundraiser where it's like, like you're there to be supportive of your friend or something, but it's like kind of a dull night. This is not that. It's at the Laurelhurst Club next Friday. We're gonna have China Forbes from Pink Martini will be there performing. We are gonna have really great food, great cocktails, and it's just like a fun night to get to find out. Oh, there's also, it's called Fancy Pants because there's an actual contest for who has the fanciest pants.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and like it's a big deal. Like people take this very seriously. There's like one guy who's won it like 2 out of the last, he's like the Tom Brady of fancy pants. So, I mean, if anybody wants to come for him, we encourage you to go to livewireradio.org. You can get tickets for next Friday night. And also, we've been, speaking of fundraising, we've been doing this kind of, I don't know, maybe you had planned to ask about it, but we've been on this very ambitious and I thought maybe slightly misbegotten journey to try to raise a bunch of money to keep the show going. This thing we've been calling Fully Charged, and it went better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, you hit your goal, right?
Yeah. So like a couple of months ago, we were getting together and we were kind of looking at the finances of the show and we realized that we were really in a shortfall. It's been a very tough time for public media, well, all media, but particularly public media because you had this thing called the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. What they did was they distributed a lot of funds to local stations. Those local stations would use some of that money to pay for our show, Livewire. And so with those stations not having the money, it led to this $150,000 shortfall. And I said, listen, give me $10,000, send me to A Casino, I can triple that. They said, no, that's a terrible idea. So instead we went with this fundraising sort of campaign where we reached out to listeners of the show and just the good people of Portland. And it worked, Lacey. Like we were trying to raise $150,000 by the end of January, and today is what, January 30th?
Yeah, you've got one more day, but you've done it.
We did take the weekend off. We did it. We raised the money, which is really incredible. And I feel like right now, living in Portland, I don't know if you had this experience where you're traveling somewhere, and you mention you live in Portland, and the person gets really concerned, and they go, "Are you okay? Is it safe?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's fine. This is a great, amazing city that has stuff that we need to work on, but is overall just really a very special place. And I feel like we need more chances to tell the story of Portland, and that's what I feel like Livewire gets to do.
Yes.
We bring on these guests many of them from right here in the greater Portland and Oregon area, and we present them to the rest of the country. And we present a narrative about this city, which is, I think, more accurate than some of the stuff that people are hearing out there. So the fact that we were able to raise this money to keep doing this project that is Livewire is pretty incredible.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So who are some of the guests you have coming up for this upcoming spring season, which is this season 2021? What is it?
Oh my gosh. I'm the wrong person to ask. You think I would know as the host. A lot. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Longer maybe than anybody expected. But yeah, so we have all kinds of folks scheduled for, so we sort of do the show kind of in seasons. So this is our spring season coming up. We're mostly at the Alberta Rose Theater, but we also go out to the Reeser in Beaverton for a couple of shows per season. And well, we have a whole bunch of great people. We have on our next show that's coming up at the Alberta Rose, we're gonna have the writer Chuck Klosterman, who is this amazing kind of cultural writer. He writes about sports and music and politics and film, but he does it all in this way that brings together these very interesting concepts and talks about them in ways that sort of nobody else is. He's gonna be on the next show. We have, of course, the legend Cheryl Strayed coming up for an episode. I can't confirm this, but when I was in the parking lot of the TV station, I was texting with a very high profile guest who I think we're gonna have on, but I can't announce because maybe during the commercial I can check my phone and see if they texted me back. And then we've got great music, and John Craigie will be with us. He's a local guy who's sort of like the love child of like the comedian Mitch Hedberg and Bob Dylan.
Oh,
like,
I love Mitch
these
Hedberg
incredible
and Bob Dylan
songs. Well, you're gonna love John Craigie, Lacey. And yeah, we have the thing, like I said, that's so fun about the show for people to come out and watch is, well, you get to be part of a radio show. So like you get to cheer and laugh and yell the name Livewire at the beginning of the show, and that all gets recorded, and it's part of the radio show that people are hearing all over the country. But also, like I said, like sometimes you'll know the people on the marquee, you'll be like, oh, that's that person from that thing that I love. But a lot of times you might not know who they are, but what I hear from people who come to the show a lot is, oh my gosh, I wasn't familiar with that writer, but now like I bought the book in the lobby on the way out because their interview was so fascinating. Or, I wasn't familiar with that band, but I absolutely love them now. So it's a real journey of discovery.
Yes, and I totally agree with that. I've been to some of the tapings and have those same thoughts. And then you start to see these people everywhere.
You're right.
So I feel like you guys really like get talent when they're up and rising. And
then sometimes we're lucky and this is totally a phenomenon where we have someone who is maybe not super famous and then they get really famous afterwards, and then we can't get them back on. We have a comedian coming on this season named Atsuko Okatsuka, who is amazing, and she's also an example of that. When she used to come on the show, she was somewhat well-known, but kind of beginning her career. Now she's everywhere. I was in Times Square like a couple of weeks ago, and she's on all the billboards in Times Square, and she's gonna be on Livewire this season.
I know, that's amazing. So fun. So to get tickets to the Fancy Pants Gala or any of the upcoming live shows, visit livewireradio.org. Thank you for coming, Luke.
We're working on getting the elephant. I can confirm
that would be
trying.
amazing.
We're efforting for Tula.